Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Missouri Highway Patrol says a Wichita man died in a crash involving a semi and a MoDOT vehicle. It happened a little after 3 p.m. yesterday on Highway M, 10 miles north of Joplin. Police say 54-year-old Brian Crow's semi traveled off the right side of the roadway, overcorrected, and then rolled over and struck a MoDOT vehicle driven by 52-year-old James Lawrence of Alba, Missouri. Crow was pronounced dead at the scene. Lawrence was uninjured. Authorities arrest 2 suspects in a Berry County, Missouri murder. The suspects are Carlos Gutierrez and Jonathan Marquez. They're charged with second-degree murder, first-degree robbery, and tampering with physical evidence in a felony prosecution in the death of Dalen Anderson. Anderson was found dead from a gunshot wound on May 28th. A third suspect, Dylan Williams, is charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Crawford County, Kansas is ahead of the curve when it comes to coronavirus vaccinations. The director of the Crawford County Health Department says 50% of the county's population has been vaccinated against the coronavirus, which is 7% higher than Kansas's statewide rate. She credits her team at the health department as well as those holding vaccination clinics like the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas and local pharmacies. But the director also warns that the pandemic is far from over, and even with a promising vaccination rate, Crawford County suffered a COVID-19 case spike following Memorial Day. President Biden, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and the leaders of Canada, France, Italy, Germany, and Japan kick off their G7 summit today in the UK. President Biden has said he intends to strengthen alliances that were tested during President Trump's time in the White House. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Could end up being the hottest day of 2021 later on this afternoon. Yesterday we got up to 93 at Joplin Regional Airport. We'll see easily low 90s today. May even see it 94, 95 every now and then. Going to feel about like 102. Now, we got some rain on the horizon. Usually that means a little break from the heat. Not going to be the case, however, as this drops in from the north about after sunset, takes it with some heavy rain there on the leading edge of it. And you see the red and the orange cooking in. That thing's going to throw down a little lightning, thunder, and has already produced some 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts up in the upper plains where it resides this morning. It's just going to take a while to get to us. As it drops through, doesn't really break up, stays pretty organized, but should be done by late Saturday morning. And unfortunately, we're just going to warm right back up into the 90s for Saturday and Sunday. It's not really going to give us much of a break from the humidity. As a matter of fact, we'll carry that summer-like trend all the way from Monday into Tuesday, and then finally be back into the mid-80s for Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, you can always find the latest on the Skywatch weather app.